Welcome to the Future Is Borderless podcast with David Nilssen. We feature top entrepreneurs and thought leaders from around the world, those who bring a global mindset and a unique perspective to their life and business. Now, let's get started with the show.
Hey, David Nilssen here. I'm the host of the Future Is Borderless podcast, which typically I use as a way for me to connect with business leaders around the world. Leaders that I think embrace what we call a borderless mindset, and where we can make space to exchange ideas, cast light on new innovations, and share best practices. And the idea here is not to help us as business leaders grow professionally, but also personally, allowing us to lead in a rapidly changing world. Now, today is a unique opportunity for us, though, because my guest is a BPO veteran, or business process outsourcing veteran, who has joined Doxa Talent as our general manager in Colombia, and she's going to be helping us expand our operations into a nearshore location. So today is about getting to know Elena Barreneche, and instead of reading her bio, I thought maybe I would let her tell a little bit about her story. So Elena, welcome to the call.
Thank you, David. Thank you so much for having me. It's funny how you said my last name.
Uh-oh, did I say it wrong?
Well, it's Barreneche. I know it's a tough one, but thank you so much for the introduction and for having me. I'm excited to be here. As you asked me, I'm gonna give a little bit of an intro about myself. As you said, I come from a BPO background. I've been working in the BPO industry for the past 4 years. And I'm very, very excited to bring all my experience, all my knowledge, all my passion working besides our VIPs, building our internal team in Colombia. And I'm very, very excited and enthusiastic about what we're going to build together in Colombia.
Awesome. Well, I apologize for the pronunciation. I do know it's Barreneche, and I will do better. Let's talk about just the BPO industry in general. How did you actually get into the industry? And maybe more importantly, why did you get into the industry?
I love this question. Well, I got into the BPO industry because really this industry, I saw it as a very powerful avenue to create meaningful job opportunities and foster economic growth in my beloved country. You know, I was born and raised here in Colombia. And something very particularly important to me has always been making a positive impact in my community. And I found this industry to be the perfect platform to achieve that. Not only because we obviously create job opportunities locally, but because we help our partners in North America access skilled talent. We are empower cross-border collaboration, and we contribute to economic growth and development.
I love it. I think that's super aligned with our intentions at Doxa too, which is to lift up communities by creating meaningful work. And the meaningful work is good for both those here in the US, which is where we primarily serve our clients, but then of course the communities where the work is actually being done. And so maybe I could ask though, you know, having been in the industry for a while, why Doxa and why now? What was the sort of impetus for that?
Well, I chose to join Doxa because our commitment to ethical outsourcing and the vision to create sustainable job opportunities in emerging markets like Colombia. As you know, and we've talked about this before, it's not only about creating job opportunities, but about really creating meaningful, valuable, high quality employment opportunities. So I feel very aligned with Doxa's culture, our values, and I know we will make a very positive impact in Colombia together. And why now? Well, I feel like the BPO industry is in a big momentum right now. And I know that by joining Doxa, I can help build upon this momentum in creating job opportunities in for Colombians, and showcasing our exceptional talent.
Awesome.
With our partners in North America.
Yeah, I actually, it's funny. I guess maybe backstory for those that are watching this. I met Elena for the first time well over a year ago when I made my first trip ever to Colombia. And
Mhm.
it was just I think instantly saw some values alignment, but it was really a great opportunity for me to learn a little bit more about Colombia. And I'd love to just hear in your own words, why do you think Colombia is a really interesting place for our partners to be thinking about building teams long term?
Mhm. Well, Colombia is a very strategic and excellent location for building remote teams because we really offer nearshore advantages. Eh, First, we have very excellent infrastructure, a robust education system that only keeps getting better and better over time. And we have a very large skilled workforce. I feel like Colombia has invested heavily in technology, infrastructure, providing reliable connectivity and modern facilities all over our country. For clients, for example, who need bilingual roles, we have a very good advantage, which is we have a English and Spanish speaking workforce here, and of course, sharing the same time zone as many North American cities facilitates really real-time collaboration and communication. And always like to mention this because it's important. Our location, like literally our location in the map, is very strategic because we have direct flights from the US, from California, from Texas, even from Florida. It's like an hour and a half flight. So it's perfect for our clients who want to maybe visit their teams because it's fast and affordable to
Yeah.
get here to Colombia.
Yeah, I think so. A couple things that you said that I would just like to put a pin on, I guess. One is it's really
Mhm.
important for us to be uh, um, helping our VIPs, which is what we call our team members, right? Live great lives. And one of the things that I've noticed is we started in the Philippines. We've got offices obviously in Vietnam and team members in Kenya. Now we're moving towards Colombia. So we really can follow the sun in terms of our operations. But one of the things that I would love to see more of is people working less at nighttime. And in the Philippines, it's really
Mhm.
common for people to have to work all night long in order to serve North American clients. And so this is an opportunity for us to actually bring more jobs to another area that would also have time zone alignment and allow for sort of higher quality of life. So I think that's important. The second is the travel. You know, one of the things that we've done as an organization is we created DoxaCon, which is a way for people to go and build relationships with their team members. Being nearshore just makes it even sort of more convenient logistically to make that happen. So I think those are great points. I want to talk
Totally.
just briefly a little bit more about Colombia, though. You know, because I think the U.S. You know, we see a lot about Colombia in movies, and so I think one of the
Mhm.
questions that will inevitably come up is it safe to invest in talent there or even travel there? And I'd love to just hear your thoughts on how you would sort of answer that question.
Totally. And I'm glad you're mentioning this because I know the perception that sometimes it's portrayed in movies. The answer is yes, it's definitely safe to invest in talent in Colombia. I would say that Hollywood's representation of Colombia is outdated and does not reflect our current reality. I'm certain and I'm proud to say that today Colombia is a very vibrant, thriving country with a stable economy and a growing tech industry. And our government has really implemented various measures to ensure safety, to attract foreign investment. So I am particularly excited to contribute to sort of like helping change this negative perspective about Colombia, and I'm sure our partners and our clients will fall in love with our country.
Well, I sure did on my first trip there, so I'm excited to go back as well. Let's talk about the talent, though. You talked about them falling in love with the talent in the country. Talk about the
Mhm.
cultural norms in Colombia. What can people expect from working with team members out of that area?
Sure. So Colombian talent, I would say we are characterized by a very strong work ethic. I would say dedication, and I would also say honesty. And this is something we've talked about before. Colombians, and this is a good thing because Colombians are not afraid to be honest, to provide feedback within the workplace if needed, sharing ideas, even if it's with their leaders or with their supervisors. And I think it is important because we have a tendency to foster a culture of open communication and collaboration. Colombians are very eager and hungry to learn. So I think it makes them excellent team members who can grow and evolve with a business needs. And honestly, Colombians are the most hardworking people you will ever meet.
Yeah. One of the things that actually I remember when I was in Colombia, I'm really sensitive to what I would call sort of the culture map, right? There's one of my favorite books actually called The Culture Map. What I found interesting is that when you look at countries around the world, many of them have sort of strong cultural differences in the work environment. So for example, in the Philippines, they really recognize this, what they call power distance. And so that would effectively mean that if you're the GM or the CEO or the business leader there, that what you say is right and what we'll do no matter what. And places like the US, where they have a very low power distance recognized, people are more comfortable speaking up, sharing their opinions and what have you. And I found that interesting when I was in Colombia. I remember meeting a particular individual who was there working with their team and seeing him interacting with his team. And it was just like they were an ordinary part of the team. And it felt very normal in terms of what, we would be used to here in the US. So I thought that was really interesting.
Totally.
In addition to the sort of characteristics of the people, what about some of the industries, or maybe, what type of talent is Colombia best known for?
So Colombian talent, I would say, is best known for our strengths in service, technology, bilingual support. I would say our country has a very robust service industry with professionals skilled in, customer service, sales, account management, support roles. Particularly in technology, Colombia is home to many talented engineers, developers, IT specialists who are very well versed in the latest technology practices. And as I said in the beginning, a lot of Colombians are bilingual, so with fluency in both Spanish and English, making our talent ideal for roles that require strong communication in both languages.
Yeah. My experience so far, we've just in a company that I'm a shareholder in, we've hired I think systems admin, IT support, customer service. So there's some really exciting opportunities there, and I can certainly vouch for the quality of the people and the work product. Elena, we're getting a little bit towards the end of our time together, but I'd love to just, for those that are watching, that are curious about, like, what can they expect from you if they were to choose to partner with Doxa and work with you to sort of help assemble a team out of Colombia? What should they expect in that relationship?
I love this question. Well, you can definitely expect a genuine partnership from me and our team and the teams we help build. We are really dedicated to understanding our clients' needs and goals, and like what each company wants to achieve. Working closely together to help understand and build teams upon that need. And really finding VIPs that align with our clients' company vision, mission, so that the teams we create are not only employees, but that they are committed, like really committed partners invested in the success of our clients' business. As I said before, Colombians really have the drive to succeed in their blood. And in we definitely prioritize communication, collaboration, ensuring that we really deliver exceptional results and positively contribute to each client's growth and success. Ultimately, we basically want to become an extension of your company by the teams we build here in Colombia.
Wonderful. Well, I think we'll leave it there. Elena, thanks for being on the call today. I really appreciate your time on this.
Thank you for having me, David.
Yeah, and for those of you that are listening, if you want to learn more about Doxa Talent or our expanding operations into Doxa Talent Colombia, please visit doxatalent.com. That's DOXATALENT.com.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you for listening to the Future is Borderless podcast with David Nilssen. Be sure to click subscribe to future episodes so you can hear from more top entrepreneurs and thought leaders. And we'll see you again next time.